Call the committee meetings for the Hamblen County Legislative Body to order. I will ask the commissioners, make sure you turn your mics on and your devices off. And we will get started on our first committee. Will be the Justice Center Public Safety Committee, and I will call on Chairman Tim Horner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll call the Justice Center Public Safety Committee to order. Anyone wishing to address may do so at this time. You'll have 3 minutes. Seeing none. Item 3A, old business, there is none. Item 4A, new business, Justice Center project update, Jarrah and Dowater, Burwell Construction.
Good evening.
Good evening.
These new screens are phenomenal. You can see the pictures really well. We'll keep it short and sweet tonight. We have no change orders to present. I'll kind of run through where the project is. Oh, I got to use mine. Thank you. This was on one of our change orders early on. It's just getting access from lower levels up, just showing the completion of those stairwells. A little bit of the interior, the fit and finish of the courtrooms. These screens show them so much better. So. And then just kind of the fit and finish of the pods themselves, finally complete and cleaned. There's the gate, the infamous gate that we've had issues with. All the components have come in. They started putting the grade beams in last week. Let me go back here on this. Components were coming in. They're finalizing it. It should be done here in a couple of days with the rest of the components. But this is photos of today of it being completed. Oops. Contractor has reached, according to the architect, a substantial completion. So congratulations, everybody. We are reaching the end of the project. As of October 31st, the documentation is going back and forth. It'll be presented to the mayor here within the next day or so to sign off on a substantial completion date of October 31st. TCO was established October 30th. All the walkthroughs, commissioning have all passed. There's definitely a punch list of different trades, civil and electrical and security-wise, that they have to run through and finalize within the next 60 days, which puts us at an opening, depending on how the county and the sheriff put it all together in that sense, but an opening date of the first of the year. Any questions, comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Green?
one, do we need to expect more change orders, dear?
There'll be some slight ones that are in the works now. Just some of the things that inspectors have kind of pointed out and want things changed in that. I don't have enough to present on that or talk on it right now, but they're in the works and being discussed that way. Nothing of any substance.
So I'm assuming by what you're saying, it's not another $84,000 cookie?
I couldn't tell you right now until we get it finalized. So
Okay.
what we saw with some of the other inspectors was what, 16 grand or less. But it's all speculation. I'm just shooting from the hip. I have no idea until we get it analyzed, priced, and analyzed on our end. So, and yeah.
Do I understand you correctly? You don't know exactly what all that may be coming besides what you've got, or do you have any? Let me be more specific, sir. Any idea what that they're looking at that does not meet the specs?
One more time. I wasn't following.
Any idea what they are looking at that does not meet the specifications? In other words, that we may have to fix?
There's nothing that we have to fix in regard to specifications in that sense. There's value engineering that may have occurred that can help us in costs. That'll all be presented later. Yeah, there's no things not met to specs that aren't going to cost the county more, if that's what you're asking.
That's what I'm asking, sir.
You have a well-built building. There are no issues in that sense at all. And it's fully vetted, fully commissioned. There are just items they have to work through in regards to a punch list to get it finally complete.
One more thing. When we walked through, the floor, if memory serves me correctly, had a lot of, I want to say, blue tape marked on it. And I was told that they had to repair that. Have they done the repairs to the benches, the floors, and the walls?
They have been in process of fixing those, and they have to be reviewed. Anything that's on those punch lists have to be reviewed and signed off by the architect and the county before it's accepted within the next 60 days.
Okay.
So if
Thank
it's not done, it needs to be done.
Thank you for answering my questions.
You're welcome.
Mr. Vaughn.
Sheriff, what's the process of certification of the new jail?
The process, once we get moved over, we'll be having TCI with us, so going over everything with TCI when we get moved in.
So they'll be walking with you?
Yes.
Is that right before you move it, everything in?
They will be with us, one of them will be with us for 2 weeks and during the move-in process as well.
Anyone else? Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Tim Horner. We'll now move over to the Finance Committee, and I'll call on Chairman Rodney Long.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Call the Finance Committee to order. Is anyone wishing to address this committee at this time? State your name and address, please.
Sir, could I ask you to remove your hat?
Because?
Just courtesy.
Is this a courtroom?
Well, yeah, it's just a common courtesy we have. Proceed.
Thank you, sir.
If you don't care, pull your mic down where we can hear you, please, sir.
Sure. Oops, I'm sorry.
And I appreciate that. I know a lot of times with the commissioners, they don't do it, and I hear more complaints about that than I do anything, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you for your patience for me to address into this. Name, Louis Chan, C-H-A-N. First name, Louis, L-U-I, Loy. And East First North Street. I'm here not try to be a dead cat, but I think everyone know that I want to talk about the 508 West 2nd North Street, Mr. Anderson's office for sale. But beating a dead cat or not, I think it's not far away from the thing, from the Halloween. And probably it will come back and haunt on you guys as a dead cat jumping down the road. Let's talk about Mr. Anderson's office. I can understand absolutely why the county want to get it. It is a small piece of the leftover that the county haven't acquired yet in the whole block. So it makes sense to make it complete. Especially someone like me have a little bit OCD, I can see that. And for the long-term usage as well. But do you guys have a clear idea how you want to use that purchase if you acquire it, if you got it? Do you want to use that building to keep it as the mayor promised me on the phone before? Or are you guys going to tear it down? If you're going to use it, are you going to use it as a storage? Or you could use it as an office. That building was built in 1962. It was grandfathered, and it's not disability accessible. You were going to spend a lot of money if you want to use it as an office. If you want to use it as storage, you can build a storage in the big empty parking space for 1/10 of the cost for about the same size. So if you want to buy that piece of a property for the future use and build it as a part of the new office, that is a different story. But what is the opportunity cost to invest $233,000 today and wait for when you're going to use it? And in between, before you're going to be able to build the new building and being argued with everyone, I want you to know what is the exact cost you buy that building. That building on the assessor's office printout is 0.06 acre. But after I do some refined calculation, it's actually less than that. And then converted into it, it is more than $4 million per acre. So are you guys ready to causing the harm to the nearby resident to push the average cost on the lot
Thank you for your
higher?
comments.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Anyone else address the Finance Committee?
Joseph Hahn, 1400 Shinbone Road, Russellville, Tennessee, 37860. I've looked at this same project here that the actual purchase price is $250,300 here. 1,134 square foot building on a 30 by 85 lot. That's over $220 a square foot if you do the math on that. There was $17,300 put on this thing for fees and transfer fees there. Like I said, it won't make a good parking lot if you were doing that, because it won't, parking lot spots are about 8 foot wide by 16 foot long. So it just don't make sense to make a parking lot out of it. Do you have an appraisal on it or a use for the building that you all can tell us about that we can see? Is there appraisal on the property? There's been 8 properties, commercial properties, that sold in Hamblen County this year. 8. The highest priced property per square foot was 197, and there was 2.14 acres with it. I know location, location, location is the thing. Like I said, the deed says that one side of this property is 127 foot long. I cannot find a survey on this property that's ever been done on it when I done my research. Now, but I put that in form of a question to you all. Do we know a use on this building and why it's not on the market? So somebody come up to offer it to us, or to the county. They're asking for you all to vote on it. And I put that in form of a question, if anybody can give me an answer of anything. I mean, I can figure most of the 17,000, it looks like there's about 6 to 6.5 to 7% commission on it, and $1,000 worth of transfer fees and recording fees there. Also, I thought that Mr. Ex-Mayor Britton's time was done. In this packet, I seen that for his charges, an $870 check was written to him on 10/16. Can anybody make an answer to that? A burial bill was out there. There's lots of notes through here. I could go on for 40 minutes, but I got 3. But this is what I'm saying. You got a use for the building? What is it? Do we have a recent appraisal value? I don't see it. I can't comp it. I'm not a appraiser, but I got a real estate license, but I'd like to see his comps. There is no offer in the packet that you could see. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.
Anyone else address this committee?
It's not mine.
Seeing none, we go to number 3, recurring business. That's the expenditure reports and monthly checks. I hope you had a chance to go through those. We have no old business, so we'll move to number 5, new
Chairman.
business. We'll start with 5A.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
if you please, I did go through the expenditure reports and the monthly checks, and I have some questions if you would be so kind.
Okay.
My first one and is in regard to Mr. Caps's bills. And I was going back to double check, and I cannot look straight at it. But if I'm not badly mistaken, he was to review the road commission before that new act, before we submitted it. So my question to him, or to you, ever which one of you that chooses to answer it, is what we are proposing got the same requirements as what we did have? And I do have copies of both for the convenience of the commission. So give me just a minute and I will pass those out if you would be so kind, sir. If you don't care, take one pass down, please. Under the old one, it stated they were required to attend to be paid. It also covered what their compensation was. And I need to, if you don't care, give Mr. Capps, when it gets to the other end, give Mr. Capps one of each of those, please. I don't want to leave him in the dark. If you gentlemen and ladies would be so kind. I'd like to know if the new one still has the requirement that they must attend to be paid. If I understood our mayor correctly, it doesn't change. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. I want to be accountable as a county commissioner. That's the first thing. And it's under Section 2, if I'm not badly mistaken. Section 2. On both of them. If you'd be so kind, Mr. Capps, is it there that they must attend to be paid?
Ms. Green, first of all, I don't know if what you've provided me is the actual document that we're talking about.
It is.
It's called hearsay in court, okay?
Yes, sir. If you don't care, speak in the mic.
I don't see anything about $200 in there whatsoever. I mean, you can read it, right?
Well, I didn't see compensation. That's why I'm asking you. You're the authority, sir.
There you go.
Ms. Green, I don't think this has anything to do with this finance committee, so
does.
we're
We
gonna carry
were
on
going-
because we've done voted on this and we're not gonna go back and hash this out again.
Well,
Okay.
before this, if you'd be so kind, Mr. Chairman,
Well, I am
They-
not gonna be so kind because we've done hashed this out. We're gonna move on to new business, 5A.
Mr. Chairman,
Be the 2025 annual
Mr.
inflation
Chairman.
adjustment of the financial assurance for the
Moved on.
Hamblen County and the city of
Violation.
Marchtown landfill. Mr. Mayor?
I guess I'll say it's in order.
Commissioners, each year, presented to us by TDEC is the excuse me?
I'm sorry.
Are we good? Yes. Okay. Each year, this commission has to approve a TDEC contract where the inflation adjustment is put in front of us about the closure of the landfill. What that means, we've got 3 permits, and each year there's an inflationary adjustment that we have to basically agree that we will assure. There's 2 ways. You can do a promissory note, or we can promise, that we're doing it. This contract involves the city of Marshtown and Hamblen County together. It's the joint landfills. There's 3 permits. In that, they ask us that we provide a document that we agree that we will stand behind the cost of the closure. The reason this happened a few years ago, there was other local governments that did not provide this assurance, and they were failed. They didn't have the money in place to close landfills when they were at that point. So this expected cost of a landfill closure is what we're doing, the inflationary adjustment that happens each year. This year's adjustment is $819,000 with the inflation added. And again, that cost, it would be divided from the city and the county. Any questions on that? There's nothing needed at the time. It's just that we stand behind this adjustment. No action other than we agree.
Do I have a motion? Motion by Mr. Richardson. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Huntsman. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Move to 5B, purchase of the property located at 508 West 2nd North Street, Morristown, Tennessee. Mr. Mayor.
Yes, before you, we do have the opportunity to buy Mr. Anderson's property. In 2021, there was a contract put in place, and this body, I'm sorry, there was not a contract. This body voted to purchase that property in 2021. Mr. Anderson himself backed away from that deal. That property was never closed at that time. He came to us earlier this year, and we had a first right of refusal, meaning he gave us an offer. We tried to negotiate that, we adjusted, and we came to that conclusion of $233. And it's up to this body. We're under contract to purchase that property pending approval of this body. Yes, I would recommend that we purchase this property. There are many options that we have available. I have no intention of removing the building. We need the space. To be honest, we need the space. It is not worth buying that for parking. Not at all. And as far as remodeling, yes, it will probably need remodeling at some point, but it's not out of the question to re-up this front door to make it accessible. It is not, okay? There's many options there, but we've got things that are coming at us left and right that we're going to need the space. That is my recommendation that we purchase this property. I'm open for questions. Yes, sir.
In 2021, we bought this property. It was voted on. A lot of us wasn't even on commission then. I was, but there's about 5 of us were on it. We was gonna give $165,000 for it.
No, sir, 160, but yes, sir.
160?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I missed it 5,000. It's right here, 160, and today it's 250?
That would be
$233?
It's $233 for the purchase of the property, but we're under contract with LaBelle and Associates. That is our real estate agent, and yes, it's 7% commission on that will be paid, as well as title and closing.
When we voted on this, to buy this property in 2021, why wasn't a contract signed?
Yes, sir. If you would listen to what I was saying earlier, there was never a contract. We voted to do that, and Mr. Anderson himself backed away from that offer at that point. He wanted to stay in the building. He, in fact, just closed his practice this month, or maybe last month, I should say, October. He just moved out last month. So it was his decision to back away. It was never under a contract as far as a purchase and sale agreement.
I talked to Clint, and he said he had never seen a contract.
That's what I just said. There was no contract.
We never did get him one.
That's exactly right.
We didn't get him one.
Yes, sir. That is correct. It never came to fruition.
So
That
it's
is
our
correct.
fault we didn't get it bought for $160,000.
Oh, no, sir. That is not
Instead of
correct.
$233.
That is not correct. Do not. Sir, you're out of line.
Out of order. No, sir, you've had your time. You're out of order.
There was never a contract, Mr. Neesmith, to purchase that property. Mr. Anderson backed away from that deal.
I talked to Clint. He said he had never seen a contract.
Yes, sir, you are correct. There's never been a
Never
contract.
seen one. But we already voted for
If I
one.
may, Mr. Chairman. He didn't
Go
want to
ahead, Mr.
sell it. He
Doty.
backed out of selling the property. There's nothing you can do if you don't want to sign a contract.
That's not
Mr.
what it,
Smith,
Mr.
Mr.
Doty,
Anderson
go ahead.
decided he wanted to stay in the building, but with it under our ownership, we were obliged to keep the insurances and things up on it, and that wasn't working with him staying in the building. So because he couldn't stay there, he backed away from it. It was nothing that we didn't do. He said, if I can't stay there and you all own it and you all pay the insurance, then I'll just keep it until I decide to shut down. That was his decision. Nothing that happened in this body. He said that. I remember,
Sir,
excuse me, sir, you don't have rights.
You don't speak up again or we're gonna have you removed.
I will be removed. Because you guys are getting yourself
Sheriff.
into legal trouble.
That's it.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
wait a minute.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask the mayor a question?
yes.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, two things. Why was this not brought back to this commission after they voted to buy that yous had not bought it? Why was it not, wait a minute, if you don't care, let me finish my question. Why was it not brought back in a report that even though they voted, and I've got a copy of the vote here for anybody that wants to see it, there was 6 commissioners.
I've got a
that
vote,
sat-
I've got a copy
that
myself.
sat
right
on
here.
this commission at that time.
Yep.
And our chairman, our illustrious Chairman Hahn was one of them, and you were one of them.
Will you
as well.
please go on with your
Uh,
question, please?
Yes, please. But why was the report not brought back to this commission to know that instead of the 160,000, we were looking, if I remember correctly, you're talking about 73,000 more than what you looked at in '21, and that's a lot of money for this commission, especially considering that we have voted in a property tax increase and a wheel tax increase.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to tell you again,
Thank
there
you,
was
sir.
never a contract adjudicated. There was never a contract gone forth. We voted in this body, when it died, it died. This year, I bring it to you just now. It was a negotiation, first right of refusal. He made an offer, we made a counteroffer. This is where it had to settle. This body has the opportunity to say yay or nay. So yes, ma'am, I brought this to you. And it is more. It was 2021 when that was there. Now it's 2025. That's the best answer I've got. We do have a contract that I have signed pending approval of this body to purchase. In 2021, there was not a contract. You got that?
Any
Yes, sir.
other questions?
I'd like to finish one more follow-up question, if I please, sir.
One more.
Mr. Mayor, may I make a suggestion for corrective action with this so that we don't have this?
I don't see
thing?
a corrective action necessary, ma'am. We made a negotiation. I brought it to this body in due process.
It would be very helpful as county commissioners if we had a report from you once a month telling us what was done, what was still on the
Ma'am,
table.
when there's negotiations that are done in private for the integrity of a negotiation, and we know where information goes if it goes out exactly. It will hit the public, and we can't predict the integrity of a negotiation.
I'm not saying break
Yes,
your
you are.
process, sir.
Yes,
No,
you are.
sir, I'm not. What I'm saying is, in order to keep the
Long.
commission on the same page,
Let's move
The
on,
cor-
Ms. Green.
Now,
I
if
think
you
we've-
please, let me
I think
finish.
we've answered.
Let me finish.
Chairman Long,
You
I make
didn't
a
have,
motion-
you
I make
didn't have a
motion that
question
we-
to start with.
That we approve this purchase, please, sir.
Got a motion on the floor. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Ahern. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
You're not on.
Oh, yes, sir, thank you, sir.
Sorry.
Motion carries. We'll move to 5C, Budget Amendment, Board of Education. We got a special guest with us tonight. Last of the pack.
This amendment before you this evening is regarding the Energy Efficient Schools Initiative loan, or the EESI loan. As with most grants and loans from the state, you're required to expend funds and then request money from the state for reimbursement. This amendment will set that budget up. It's the revenue and expenditure budget for the EESI loan. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Anyone have any questions? Mr. Doty?
Motion to approve.
Motion
Second.
approved by Mr. Doty, second by Ms. Harville. All those in favor say aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Go to C2, Fund 101, the General Administration Projects of $250,310. Ms. Hale?
This budget amendment just goes along with what you voted on to purchase the Anderson Law Firm property. The purchase price being $233,000 at 7% commission, and then $1,000 for recording fees.
All right, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Harville. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Walker. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Go to C3, Fund 101, Data Processing of $13,021.08.
This budget amendment will move money to cover a 3-year renewal for our cybersecurity backup solution. When we originally passed the budget, what was in there was for a 1-year contract, and the renewal, if we do a 3-year renewal, we can keep that price steady. So we'll be moving this $13,000 from fund balance to cover the 3-year renewal.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Ahern. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Richardson. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 6 is item of interest for you all to look over. Mr. Chairman, that's all I have at this time.
Thank you, Chairman Long.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
may I ask a question about the items of interest? I said, may I ask a question about the items of interest? And it would be the one, number 3, D, I. And I'm just curious, being that was moved for supplies, are we losing an employee in that department? And it's Manny Bedwell's department, if I'm not mistaken, sorry.
Manny's Department, I don't think so.
I noticed it said for supplies, if I didn't misread, the increase and decrease of appropriations, Miss Amanda.
Right, they're not losing an employee. The state Ag Extension has been funded with the help of UT Ag Extension, but now Tennessee State University is helping with that also. So in turn, the county's part has decreased, and Mr. Bedwell has asked to reappropriate that money from the salaries to office supplies, because they'll be covered by the University of Tennessee and Tennessee State, and then hopefully that will give them some extra money to spend as the new building opens out on Buffalo Trail.
Thank you. That's a good department. My kids were quite with that, so thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Let's move on to the Public Services Committee. Call on Chairman Mike Richardson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll call the Public Services Committee to order, and anyone to address the committee about agenda items only. You have 3 minutes. Seeing none, we'll move on.
I'm not quite sure I'm correct. This is a public service committee?
Public Service Committee, yes, sir.
Correct.
What does it include? Is it like trash can, things like that? Because I want to raise back to why, when Mr. Clinton come back and offer the sale, that a real estate agent has to get involved.
Point of order.
No.
Sorry,
Thank
sir.
you.
This is about the
Because there could be a
schedule.
problem down the street for
Oh,
One more time and you're leaving.
I will be forced to leave rather than decide.
seeing none, we
Eventually, I have to pay into part of any settlement costs.
Mr. Chairman,
Sheriff.
can I
I'm
continue?
ready to shut up for this moment.
No, you won't be quiet. You've proven that.
Can I continue, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, you may.
Okay, thank you. New business is the approval of the 26 regular scheduled meetings of the Hamblen County Commission committee meetings. And you'll find that schedule in the back there, all the dates and all the agenda deadlines. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, let's vote the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed with a like sign? None. Motion carries. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Richardson. We'll move now to the Bulk Waste Study Committee. I'll call on Chairman Tim Horner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll call the Bulk Waste Study Committee to order. Anyone wishing to address may do so at this time. You'll have 3 minutes.
Laura Williams, 1160 Woodwind Drive, Talbot, Tennessee,
Repeat
37877.
your name, I'm sorry.
Laura Williams. Can you hear me okay? Okay. So I live at the bottom of a very steep hill, and when there's rain, a gusher that we get, our driveway is washed out almost every single time. And over the years, we've spent hundreds of dollars fixing our driveway. So this spring, I called the Highway and Road Department. Very nice people. They came out and they said, well, the integrity of the road is not good because there has been so much bulk waste put on our street, and the big truck comes and gets it. So the road was actually undermined because a lot of the pavement would come up with the big truck. And so what was happening, so they came, they spent several hours over the course of 2 days, and they put some big rock in there to fix the road where it had been crumbled apart, or whatever you want to call it. And so, yeah, and then they fixed the drain, and they said, well, let's try that first. We might have to put in another culvert. So, and they suggested no more bulk waste there, because what was happening, they figured, and it makes sense to me, so big piles of waste are always there in that lot, and so when the rain comes down, that bulk waste blocks the drain pipe, so the water doesn't go down the drain, it comes around the bulk waste and down our driveway. And so that is just another reason why I feel like we really have to get a handle on the bulk waste, that it's not sitting on the roadside. All the other reasons I gave over the course of the last several months, my concerns about the bulk waste sitting there for so long, this is another reason. The roads are being undermined and the drainage is being affected. And so I really think we have to come up with a schedule where bulk waste is picked up regularly. It's not sitting on the side of the road for such a long time, or we just do away with it. Whatever you all have to figure out, and like I said before, I'm willing to volunteer my time to help find a solution to this problem, because I think it's a serious problem. So that's what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chairman Horner, would you ask her name and address again, please, sir?
Laura Williams.
And your address?
1160 Woodwind Drive in Talbot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Chairman Horner.
Anyone else wishing to address?
Just in time. Tennessee.
Gwen Holden, 8150 West Point Drive. I don't put out bulk waste. I put it in my truck and take it to the landfill. I've always done that. So, I don't like it on the side of the roads either. I think it's bad. It shouldn't be on the side of the roads like that. I know everybody don't have a truck. I'm blessed with a truck. So I take mine to the landfill. I just don't think bulk waste belongs on the side of the road.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, I wanted to have this discussion about not only bulk waste, but trash in general. We have numerous citizens who take advantage of the county's garbage pickup and the bulk waste pickup. We've set aside rules and ways that bulk waste will be picked up and how trash will be picked up, which is considered and what is considered bulk waste and what is trash. Ever since Helene, people just think they can put anything out and the county will pick it up. Numerous places in Hamblen County have some residents' trash and bulk can be picked up one day and then the next day it's right back out there. Same place, same spot, same people doing it. And Tommy McKinney, I know he's had a full plate. He's doing about 6 jobs right now, and hopefully we'll give him some leeway. I know he's talked to Commissioner Richardson also, and so there has to be some kind of, it's a big issue that we have, and I hope that everyone speaks their mind about this. That's all I hear is trash, 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 and we made rules that bulk waste was this and that, but it always ends up, it's just trash. It's what won't go in the can. So I will ask Commissioner Richardson to add to this. He has some videos and some pictures that we can
So,
go by.
thank you, Mr. Horner, Chairman Horner. So, here are some photos that Mr. McKinney had sent over, and there's about 40 that he sent. There's another 462 if we want to go through all of them. And these are just issues that he's found this year. The way the highway department gets involved in it is we'll go out, send a truck out, and we'll find an issue. We'll have to get Mr. McKinney to come in and say, hey, look, we can't fix this. So we work hand in hand with Mr. McKinney all the time. To give you a little background of what goes on, in 1996, we started out with one recycle truck, one grapple truck, and 4 garbage trucks. The bulk waste was picked up with one grapple truck, one 1-ton pickup truck, and a pitchfork. That's how they started out in 1996. Over the years, it's grown to the garbage department, highway department, sanitation, however you want to say it, 1 recycle truck, 8 grapple trucks, and 14 garbage trucks. So we're barely keeping up with, this waste out there. We send at least 5 trucks out a week, depending on personnel. But our plan is 5 trucks, east and west. It takes about 8 weeks to complete a cycle for the whole county. 4 weeks on the east, 4 weeks on the west. That varies with, springtime and bush trimmings, spring cleanings, just various reasons that we get more. But like Mr. Horner said, we have, I don't call it repeat offenders, but we have habitual customers, I guess is the best way to say it. But, our bulk waste is set up for brush. It needs to be separated. And bulk items, sofas, refrigerators, those kind of things. But it turns into this. We have rules that we can't take any construction, debris. You can see it's all commingled in there, and we just have a hard time with it. We've got, and on top of that, we've got about 7 more subdivisions that the county's looking at putting in place. So we're about at our limit with what equipment, infrastructure we have to collect right now. We had 7 more subdivisions over the years. It's just going to add to the problems. So somehow or another we have to figure out how to take care of this. I did a little study last year from looks like September to August. We picked up about 13,235 tons of bulk of solid waste, regular household garbage. We also picked up another 8,444.78 tons of construction debris and brush. So when we send stuff to the landfill, they kind of, put it in different buckets out there and tell us what it is. So we could keep a pretty good track of this. September alone this year, we've picked up 1,177 tons of solid waste and 241 tons of construction debris and 404 tons of brush. So, and 38 tons of recycle. So we continue to get those kind of numbers every month. But we just don't have the manpower to take care of this in a timely manner. 85% of our phone calls before we changed to the automated side loader was about garbage and brush. And now that we have the automated side loaders in place, people are having a hard time understanding handle to the house and keeping it separated. So, you know, pretty much all of our phone calls come in about the garbage right now. So that's kind of a brief overview. Any questions I can answer?
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Green.
I had a neighbor that addressed that this morning. So you addressed the what I call the warm iron bandits first. How many of them are there?
We have 2.
Okay. Have you put it out there that people know?
For
Have
the
you
last
tagged
8
their
weeks.
garbage cans?
For the last 8 weeks. We've
Okay.
had social media, on the website, the government website, we've tagged them, we've gone in front of our trucks and turned them. We'll turn handles to the house like they're supposed to be, and before the guys can make a circle back around, somebody's come back out and turned them the opposite way. We're just having a hard time getting people to understand the rule's simple. Handle to the house and separate it about 4 feet from anything else that the arms come in and grab it, take it up and dump it, and put it back.
Have you tagged, have you
We've
put it
been-
out for every garbage can? I think the last time
We're
I,
tagging garbage cans as we go. What we've asked is on social media, and of course, there's, you know, a lot of comments on social media that are not truths, but, you know, we've got it on our website, we've got it on Facebook, it's, you know, we're taking it, we've sent flyers out. So what we're asking everybody to do, because we don't know where that automated side loader is going to be, we'd like everybody to put their handles to the house. Real simple. And then if the side loader can come through there, it's great. If they can't, the guys still pick it up anyway.
may I ask another question, please, sir?
Go ahead.
First of all, I didn't get a flyer, neither did any of my neighbors that are on my road. Second of all, you've never tagged my garbage can, and the one-armed bandit has run through my neighborhood.
Did it pick up your trash?
It did. It certainly did, sir.
Okay.
Now, thirdly,
So if they've come through and they see that it's right, they're not stopping to tell you that's right. You
Well, for
you
the-
assume that if you did it right the first time, you'll continue to do it right the second time.
well, a lot of people don't deal with social media. Several of my neighbors are older. They don't do that. My mother's 89. She doesn't do that. I had a gentleman complain this morning because he come by the house because you had left one of these on his garbage can. And any of you that need a copy, I've got several copies so that you convenient and you can see exactly what he got. He wanted to know what the problem was. I said, to tell you the truth, I don't know. That's coming up this afternoon. I'll be happy to ask the
So
question,
if-
if you please.
Yeah, so
And,
they
so,
come through and they tag those so that people will know to put them on, but half the people don't even read them.
well, he read it. He didn't just read it. He
So
came to see me.
My question back to him would be, okay, do you understand what's on that?
Well, he did, and it faced toward the house, and he's trying to figure out what he's done wrong. I guess is the
Well,
simplest
so-
way of putting it. But
We'll have photos. Our guys are taking photos of when they come up and see a problem. So when somebody calls into the highway department, they can say, I live at whatever address. And we go through and look and say, oh, yeah, well, you were too close together. You had trash on top. You were close to the telephone pole. You were close to the mailbox. Today, we had somebody that had their cart on the tailgate of a truck. We can't
I
touch that
understand
kind
that
of stuff.
part.
So,
But now, he called in, and he didn't get a response. That's why I'm bringing it up. He told me he needed to know what the problem was, and the
when
neighbor...
did he call?
Pardon?
When did he call?
I didn't ask him that. He
But
told
have him call tomorrow.
Okay, I can do that, Mr. Michael. But now, between me and you, People have not gotten the message. They've not sent it. I've not gotten anything in the mail, okay? I don't take the
We haven't
paper
done mailers.
anymore.
We haven't done mailers.
Well-
We've done radio, social media, tags, and if you've got your handle to the house already, we're not wasting valuable time to tell you got it right. Kinda.
Well, it would be better if, I thought from what you had said before, that you were gonna put it on all the trash cans so people would be aware. So we just need to get the word out there better than what we are, but I will
Several
have,
social media outlets that can do that, you know, so.
well, a lot of people don't deal with social media. Mr. Michael, me and you are a little bit younger than a lot of them, and they don't deal with that purely. But we need to get the word out better than what we have.
Okay, duly noted, but going back to our bulk waste issue, that's what we're here for tonight. So, any questions about bulk waste?
How long will the trucks run to pick up the bulk waste?
Well, they run every week.
All right, will they run all the way through the end of the year is my next question, because I had that question today too.
Unless somebody tells us to stop, you know,
Okay.
we will continue to pick up bulk waste.
Okay. Thank you. That was my question. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
A lot of this stuff is not bulk waste, though.
No, it's debris, and if we go send a letter out, if Mr. McKinney sends a letter out, sometimes it just gets ignored, and there's just no, you know, what do you do, just leave it laying there? I mean, back to your point, it makes the county look really trashy. I mean, if you go through next county over, you don't see that. And our rules are pretty plain and simple, so, but what do you do? And how much money do you spend doing that? We've got, you know, we're surplusing 2 trucks right now. That leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that leaves us with 6 brush trucks. You know, and we normally run 5, and that's dependent on how many drivers we have. If we have, garbage is number 1, so if we don't have a driver on garbage, we have to take people and drive the garbage truck and let the brush truck sit.
Can I ask another question? Is there any chance you, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, may I ask another question? Is there any chance you could post on the website when the trucks, like the brush trucks, whatever, we're gonna run to give people a heads up?
Not really, because we'll try to work the east end, and they'll work Tuesday route. They're working on Tuesday routes east end now. It may take 5 days. It depends on what we have to pick up. So there's no way to say your brush truck will be there tomorrow.
Let me clarify my question. I apologize, I didn't make it very clear. A week, is there any way the week of this, it'll be on that end? So you folks can put it out. That way it would have less on the road, less damage and look poorly. And I'll agree, it does look poorly.
That's a great concept, but it won't work. It hasn't worked.
Okay.
We send 5 trucks out on the east end and let them work.
Okay,
Till they get around. Sometimes it takes, you know, 4 or 5 weeks, depending on what's on the east end.
Okay.
Then they'll go to the west end. So, you know, you can say the month of December, we're gonna be on the east end. So, if we get ahead of ourselves and we start working on the west end of December, somebody's gonna be mad about that because we got there too early. It's just a never-ending battle to please the public.
Mr. Thomas?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just one little comment. I know a lot of people can do this in their head really, really quick, but when I did it in my head, it kind of brought it a little more to fruition, more understanding of it. Mr. Richardson named off the 13,000 tons. When you break that down, that's 26 million pounds. 26 million pounds that we're dealing with. It's no wonder we can't keep up. That is an astronomical amount. And I just want to give kudos to our department for being able to handle that much.
Our guys work diligent at taking care of the county.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Commissioner Cobb.
I kind of want to say two things, and I've never had a problem. I run into a situation where my garbage can wasn't picked up for 2 weeks. I reached out to the road department, thought I'd done something wrong, and ended up what it was is, so we can tell people, if your garbage can is busted and cracked and broken, we have to call the highway department to get a new one. That's why they couldn't pick up mine with the one-armed bandit, because if it's broke, they squeeze it, it just crushed. Real simple though. Called out there, talked to Sharon. Very next day, they come out there, put a brand new garbage can, and even politely hauled my garbage and my can off to the county. So I've got to give them credit for that. The bulk problem, the problem is when we keep picking up the construction waste, because we don't want our county to look bad. That's why they keep putting it out there. You know, when we keep picking it up and say we're not going to pick that up, well, I throw it out there and we get it picked up. And you look at a lot of these pictures, it's somebody remodeling a house, cleaning up a house, renters have moved out, it all gets thrown out to the road. We talked about it before, convenience centers. One thing that may help that we may need to look out to is, you know, Saturday is our biggest day. Most of us have the time to haul stuff out to the dump. Unfortunately, the dump closes at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
If we could get like a convenience center out there where people could take trash at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and just dump their trash in the bins, I think that would help out a lot. Yes, we will probably get people from other counties bringing trash in, but you know it as well as I do. If they come from Granger County and they can't dump their trash at our landfill, just dump it on the side of the road. We're still having to deal with it. Those are some ideals that we need to try to look at to how can we get people not to carry it, keep as much around. I agree, it looks trashy in our neighborhood. I quit years ago putting stuff at the side of the road, and I haul off mine every month. It is a hassle. Because after you haul so much away, guess what you gotta do? You gotta start paying for it. People don't wanna have to pay for it. I would gladly haul it off and pay $20 to dump my trash, my bulk trash, than to have it sit in front of my yard for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Most people don't. They wanna save $1. So, I don't know, we have to figure out a way to fix it, but it's not a quick fix. I mean, and I don't think the answer is to just say we're not gonna do it anymore, because if we do that, we're really gonna have our hands tied, because people are just gonna throw it on the side of the road, and then that's gonna even be worse.
If you look at most of these pictures, a lot of this is just construction. I had a neighbor that done construction, and he'd come in from his construction job and dump it every evening. And I finally got a hold of Barry and confronted him, and he finally stopped it. But they know they can get by with it, is what it boils down to. The convenience centers we had talked about before, putting one on the east end, one on the west end, and then you'd have the landfill, so you'd have 3. But you'd have to present, you know, your driver's license or something. You have to be from Hamblen County to dump in these. We'd have to have somebody manning them, and it'd be according to how many hours that we could, you know, spend there. But the other thing is, and I've told Mr. Horner, I won't take my new pickup to the top of that hill to dump. I'm not going to. And, but I'll go out and dump in the building. So I think the grinder needs to be brought back down to the building, put in the building, and everything ground up there and put into the earth moving trucks and taken up to the top of the hill. I've had, I don't know how many people tell me, I don't care to take my bulk waste out there, but I am not going to the top of that hill with my new truck. And I can understand that, because I won't do it. So, I think that's one of the things we need to look at if we're gonna make some changes. You know, I don't really wanna do away with bulk pickup, but it was only intended for brush when it first started. Am I correct about that? Brush only, right?
Yes, sir.
That's all I got.
Anyone else? That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
I appreciate that, Chairman Horner. Now move over to our Calendar and Rules Committee, and I'll call on Chairman Thomas Doty.
I'll call the Calendar and Rules Committee meeting to order. If there's any visitors wishing to address this committee about agenda items only, you'll have 3 minutes to speak. Seeing none, we'll move forward. Old business, we have none. Item 4A is review of the regular calendar items. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Horner. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Ahern. Any discussion on this? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 4B is review of the consent calendar items. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Horner. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Ahern. Is there any discussion on this? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. With no items of interest, that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Doty. No. Can you remember what it was?
Excuse me,
We discussed something.
I've got an announcement to make.
Yeah, would you, yeah.
Yes. Commissioners, I can send out an email to you, probably Wednesday, since Veterans Day is tomorrow, but from the desk of EMA Director Chris Bell, he addressed a letter to me earlier today. After much thought and consideration, I am submitting my resignation from my position of Director of Morristown Hamblen Emergency Management Agency effective January 31st, 2026. It has been an incredible honor to serve in this role for the past 14 years. I am deeply appreciative of the relationships I've built along the way with emergency agencies, colleagues, and emergency management partners, community members, and various others that have made this a great experience. I'm grateful for the support and collaboration from all those mentioned above that have defined my time here. Looking back, I'm proud of everything we've accomplished together through this office, from responding to emergencies to strengthening preparedness and resilience in our community. It has been both meaningful and rewarding to be part of such an impactful work. As I prepare for the next chapter, please know that my commitment to ensuring a smooth transition remains strong. I am more than willing to assist in any way that supports the continued success of this office and to individuals and community it serves. Thank you again for the opportunity to serve, grow, and contribute over the past 14 years. I will always look back on this experience with gratitude and respect for all that has been accomplished. Chris Bell, Emergency Management Director. That is effective January 31st, of course, but he just alerted me today.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Anyone else? We stand adjourned.